This is another submitted topic. This person wants us to dissect the white male, Asian female dilemma
Oh my God.
ordeal.
This is not even a is it what do they call it? What do they call it? Some guy like they even made a name for it.
I don't know. It just says they say WMAF. They say talk about WMAF. It stands for white man, Asian female.
Do you want me? I can chime this before you chime it because I feel like if she chimes in first, they might like slaughter her or something like that. I'm gonna say this as an Asian dude. Who cares?
Okay.
Like who cares? Let people date who they want to date. Like if someone doesn't like you, is it because you're Asian? Maybe, but maybe it's not. And if it is, there's 7 billion people in this world. You'll find someone else. Just keep it moving.
Okay.
It's going to be okay. Like, it's going to be okay.
I thought about this topic very, very heavily, and I have a lot to say.
Oh
But do you want to go first or want me to go first?
You can go first.
Are you want me to go first?
You let her go. So we can sandwich. Because you say you
I
have a
feel
lot
like
to say.
I don't really have much. Like I've seen the jokes about it too. Like I've seen both ways. I've seen stuff like salute to our like fallen sister, like just gone to a white man. And I've also seen it the other way around where it's like white guys love Asian girls. Yeah.
They say Asian females are the most desired of any ethnicity. Did you know that? You're the most desired. And then us Asian males, we're the least desired.
Stand up, my Asian
Really?
brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they say that on dating apps that Asian women get the most likes and attention and Asian men get the least. Which, you know what? I completely understand. We can get into it, but I don't want to get into it. Okay? But
I feel like some people just fetish
Yeah. Fetishize?
just like being with an Asian. That's another big thing too.
That is true. I can agree with that.
Because I've been called, like, this one guy was like, oh, I love like exotic women. And I was like, what? He's like, now, like, I've never been with like an Asian before. And I was like, okay.
So you like
so it's kind of weird.
I mean, you say that, and I know somebody. They are married now, but her man's is a Caucasian male, and he only has dated Asian women in the past, and now he's married to an Asian woman. Love you both. Congrats on the marriage. But yeah, it's a real thing.
It was yellow fever. Is it banana fever?
Yellow fever.
Okay, yellow fever. Okay, you guys ready for what I had to say about this?
God. Brace for impact.
Okay, like I said, I thought about this a lot, and this is what I think it happens. Okay, this is not. I know for a fact this is not in every case it happens. I know that sometimes Asian women just go after a white men because they grow up in a very white dominant area, and that's just what they're all exposed to, and that's just what they like. And at the end of the day, you like what you like, and no one can say any different. So just because you're in a interracial couple, no one can say shit about it because it's your life. You do what the hell you want. That's what it comes down to. You like what you like, you go after what you like. But this is my hypothesis. Okay, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Strap your seatbelts.
Yep.
Ready? Y'all let me know if y'all agree or disagree, and you can cook me if I'm wrong. Okay. So in previous podcasts and our interracial episode, Viv, you and Nicole said something very, very I guess that was memorable. That made me think. Okay. When it comes to Asian guys or Asian people in general, marriage is very, very sacred. Okay. I think in Asian cultures and in traditional, in any type of traditional culture, marriage is held at such a higher level has higher impact, bigger impact, and it means more. There's more weight to it. And I think because of that, like, we're talking about Asian males now, since we're talking about white males and Asian females, I think Asian males grow up thinking like this is like a very serious thing. So you take it very, very seriously. And so you don't like kind of just graze through it and you just go like, oh, marriage is what it is, whatever. So when you introduce people to your family and stuff like that, you don't just do it to anybody. You do it to only people that you know you're really, really, really serious about. Correct? And so because of that, I think the Asian males tend to progress through a relationship a lot slower because they want to make sure it is right. And like this, I want to make sure this person is the right person that I do want to marry. And I'm not just not going to like throw it out casually. Okay. Now, and because of that, I think that Asian males also get married traditionally like later than the rest of the population. Whereas when it comes to white people, I'm sorry, they get married so early and they get married so fast.
Like young?
Yeah,
early,
like
25?
they take it like like I said, I could be wrong, but from my observation, I noticed that that like white people just get married so much more easier than Asian men. For instance, have y'all seen Love Is Blind?
Nah,
No.
Have you seen Love? Okay, I recently got into Love Is Blind. Okay, and I'm watching this, and you guys get the whole synopsis, right?
Yeah.
And you date for you're in the pods, you're talking for like 2 weeks or whatnot, and you have to propose to them, right? And then you go on a honeymoon, and then you go on a month, and you get married. There's not a lot of Asians on the show. There's like maybe a couple, but you
Yeah.
don't see a lot of Asians. I'm like,
Like, your parents gotta kill you if you move that fast.
for sure. And exactly, this is my hypothesis on why it's because you take it so seriously. And the thing is, I was seeing this trend. Like these people were legit on this. You know these people for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and you're saying, "I love you," though.
Yeah.
That they drop "I love you" so easily. I'm like, dude, you know the person for 2 weeks, but you always say "I love you" like that, and like they just kept saying I love you more than anything. I'm like, dude, I can't even fathom me telling a girl I love you after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Let alone maybe 2 months, right? Like even for you, Viv, like it takes a couple months, right?
Take like a year.
Like year.
Yeah,
Like
but
years.
see that's my point. So
Yeah.
my hypothesis is I think the reason why a lot of Asian women end up with white men is because, like I said, it could be wrong, but I think that traditionally white men and Western men tend to take weddings and like take marriage so much more lightly, and they're willing to throw the "I love yous" and stuff like that easier, and they
Yeah.
basically give Asian women what they want, which is marriage, and they because they hold marriage so much more seriously, they want that marriage so bad, so they get from a source that is maybe easier than from a
Yeah.
traditional Asian guy, which is so much more difficult to do because they see it in such a high regard.
I want to like add to that. Like, do you think it, on top of like throwing "I love you," like "I love yous" around and like words of endearment, they're always, like fluffing out words like "Hey love," like "What's up," or like that type of thing. I remember my mom told me when I was younger, she was just like, you should marry, American. She's like, usually with Asians, like she's like, your dad doesn't tell me like "I love you," like I'm sure he does, but it's like we don't express that as much as like white guys do. Like they're not as expressive. She's like, women need those like words of endearment or like make them feel loved. So it's like a lot of white guys in their culture have that.
For sure,
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's exactly what I mean. It's because there's that lack of connection.
Yeah, so that's
and
probably what makes them attracted to.
yes, and they
white
get it
guys.
from more white men. So so I had a conversation with somebody.
They fluff up so many words. Like I remember I barely started dating this guy. He'll call me like sweetheart and stuff. And it was just like I get weirded with those kind of things, but at the same time I feel like it kind of like healed, like my child, because like I never got those words of endearment. So it was like nice to hear, and then you end up like falling for those things.
And then this is another observation that I've made. I've noticed that there are a lot more interracial couples in bigger cities. When it comes to like big metropolitan areas, the interracial couples are a lot more prevalent because I think when you start getting to suburban areas and like maybe not as populated or like not big cities, those Asian groups tend to be a little bit more exclusive and date within each other. But when you get into big cities where there's a huge melting pot, I noticed that interracial couples happen more. And I think that's where my hypothesis and just my observation came from, because these Asian women are probably dating other Asian guys, but they're so serious, or like maybe they just want to play the field and find the best option possible for them. And indirectly, leading the girls on, maybe not giving them marriage and commitment as soon as they want. And because these guys are like, if I'm gonna commit to somebody, I really want to commit to somebody. And then going back to the whole white thing, I feel like white people just throw "I love yous," throw that type of affection so much more
Yeah.
easier. And like I said, I feel that they take marriage so much more easier. And I think divorce is so much more like, I guess, common, you know? So it's like, you know what, I'll do it. I'll get married to you. If it doesn't work, we can just end it. I'll go into another marriage.
Yeah.
That's my hypothesis. I think why the white male, Asian female thing is so prevalent, because basically, to say it straight, I think Asian women just tired of waiting and the long game with Asian dudes. So they just opt for the white guy, which will give them the affection, the marriage, the commitment, all that at a so much faster pace than they want, because they throw it out so much more casually.
That's fair.
I see it.
That's fair.
Like I said, I could be completely wrong, right? And I could be, and please let me know in the comments if I'm completely wrong. You know, I'm here. Just throw me the shots.
Yeah.
Throw the shot. Disprove me. But that's my hypothesis on why I think it is so prevalent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna say people are like food, but you can't hate on somebody for liking a certain kind of food. Just like you can't hate on somebody for liking a certain race. Like just let people live.
Yeah.
I just think it's bad when you're an Asian dude and you're getting angry at an Asian girl for dating a white dude. Like, who cares? Like, it's not.
Agreed.
It's like, don't do that. Like, that's just dumb.
Agreed. And I agree with you. I think that at the end of the day, if the couple wants to be interracial, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Like, who cares?
Who cares?
Everybody has their own free of choice to be with whoever they want, and you can't judge somebody because they're interracial, right? But like I said, at the end of the day, maybe that was a search. Maybe she was like, I used to date Asian dudes, but guess what? Fuck these guys. Fuck these guys. And then end up just with the white guy, because you know what, they gave her what she wanted. You know, and at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want to feel loved. You want somebody to like be your ride or die at the end of the day. And that's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah. But to your point, they also move pretty quick too, whether if it's like divorce and all that stuff. So my mom, like years later, she'll be like, yeah, I don't know. Like, you're on your own. Like, you just, whatever race you stick with, that you don't have to divorce.
Yeah. Because that's the big thing too. And I feel like traditional cultures, divorce is like
not an option.
It's not an option. Where in Western culture, divorce is like, it's fine. Like, I can't tell you how many people, like me and my brother, grew up in a very like whitewashed place. Divorce was so common.
This is my stepdad. This is my stepmom. This is my stepsister. This is my stepbrother. I'm
exactly.
Like, dang.
Everybody has stepdads. Everybody has stepmoms. So like, to me, like the sanctity of marriage wasn't as sacred, and it wasn't as heavy. So people took it more casually and were able to
more
give,
free spirited.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, crazy to me. And I'm coming from Asian guy, and I'm like, I'm the same exact way. Like, dude, if I'm gonna give you commitment, though, I'm taking my jolly ass time. I'm not doing that. Oh yeah, I'm getting married like this or whatever.
I'm in it for the long haul.
So I get it. That's also why I'm speaking on that, because I'm talking about from personal ideology and like what I see from friends and stuff like that.
For sure.
But any final thoughts? What do you think, Jay?
No, you hit the nail on the head. That makes a lot of good. That's a lot of good points.
That's just my hypothesis. I don't know if it's right or not.
Yeah.